Hello, my name is Pamela Ballard. I'm CEO for United Way of Enid in Northwest Oklahoma. Welcome to another segment of Community Talk. It's my great pleasure to welcome Dr. Matt Spann. He is the Missions Director for the Cherokee Strip Baptist Association. Welcome, Matt.
Thank you.
I should say Dr. Matt, I suppose.
It's fine.
But we're here to talk about a very new program that's coming to Enid, and it is a new pregnancy center. And so it's a great program to be involved with, and I'm always privileged to and excited to be working with something new when Enid needs something as critical as this. And so if you just want to start talking a little bit about the pregnancy center and how that is came to be about, and just discuss a little bit about that.
I work with a group of about 29 churches that are called the Cherokee Strip Baptist Association. And our offices are on East Main. They're near NOC. And we were able to purchase a house next door to our building and felt like it's something that we could use to serve the community. And so as we looked at different ways of serving, we felt like maybe starting a crisis pregnancy center would be a very beneficial thing to meet the needs of people who are facing an unplanned pregnancy.
Yeah, I work closely, as you probably know, with the health department and a lot of other social services in the area. And so that's why I kind of became involved with it, because I know the great need that we have here in our community for service like that. And I think your location is absolutely perfect, being so close to the university. Certainly not just because young people or college-age students are the only ones who would need that service, but I know overwhelmingly you've probably looked at demographics, and that is an age group that often will use the services of a pregnancy center. So I've been to some of the meetings, but you have a community meeting, I think, coming up soon.
November 17th, Thursday at NOC in Montgomery Hall. It'll be at 6:30 that evening. And we invite anyone to come who would like to hear about what's going on and maybe be a part of helping to launch this new center.
Okay, great. And so the pregnancy center will also be, you're going to offer some medical services. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll have an ultrasound machine, and we'll also be able to do pregnancy testing. Another thing we hope to offer is STD and STI testing as well. So that would be maybe something that some other people would benefit from. And we do feel like beyond the college community in Enid, there's a large community on that side of town, especially Hispanic, and there's some Marshallese, but people from all over we feel like could benefit from some of the things we would provide.
Yeah, the location of it is very well suited because while the health department does offer some services for testing, they are located on the far side of town, so I think you're another good reason why that location is very well suited. But so for sexually transmitted diseases or sexually transmitted infections, Garfield County has a very high incidence for some of those diseases or infections. And I think just being tested sometimes can put someone's mind at ease, or knowing what precautions they need to take or what needs, what the next step is going to be. So I really commend those who are involved in this for going ahead and setting this up as a medical clinic and offering those types of services. So right now, what are your needs and what are your next steps?
Well, at this point, we are looking for people who are interested in being a part. And at this community awareness meeting, November 17th, we'll talk through kind of where we are in the process. We're just now forming a board, so we're looking for board members. We're also looking to remodel the house that we've bought, so we'll need people who are gifted as contractors, construction specialists of various kinds. And then we'll be looking for medical personnel. We'll need a nurse manager who will help us with the ultrasound and some of the medical aspects. Also a relating doctor who can help to oversee some of that, the results, and interpret some of the ultrasounds. Also counselors who would come alongside folks who maybe have experienced a detour in their journey of life with something that's come along unplanned, and offer them Christian and compassionate counseling and mentoring to help them along their journey.
Very good. And so I know when you said, you work with a certain group of churches, I have attended, as I mentioned, some of these meetings, and there are a great number of churches of all faiths that have expressed interest in this center. So it's not just one denomination, but it's not just one civic organization. Most people know that I'm affiliated with United Way, and so would you encourage anyone who's interested to contact you and be part of this?
Yes, definitely. We would like for this pregnancy center to be a venue for ministry from the broad group of churches that are here in the Enid area, a way for our churches to come together and to serve the community. And we are starting it as Baptists. We're kind of launching it, but very quickly we would like to involve many different churches in the community.
Well, I know I've been impressed with the group of people who have been working on it. I know they're very dedicated volunteers. It takes a great effort to start something like this, especially when you have a building, number one, that you're needing to get and get remodeled. And so thankfully the building is already purchased, and so there's the remodeling process that's coming next, and then staffing and volunteers, and so that's a big project along with everything else. But you are working currently under a 501c3 status, so that's a good place that you already have that going. And the name of the center, we're still working on that. Is that still in transition?
We've been generally just going under the name Enid Pregnancy Center, but at our last meeting of the steering team, we decided to go with the Journey House.
Oh, I like that.
And this reflects our desire to come alongside people who maybe have experienced a detour in their journey due to an unplanned pregnancy, and to be there to come alongside them, to counsel and encourage and be a friend to kind of walk through and help them understand different choices and what effects those could have on them, and help walk them through that.
I like that. It's very positive and a good message to send with people. And I like the whole thing about being a pathway and walking with people. So I commend you for that. And I know they'll be putting some information about how to contact you and get in touch with you if they want to be part of this. And again, the next community gathering is going to be November 17th at 6:30 p.m. at the NOC in Montgomery Hall. So encourage anyone who's interested in becoming part of the Pregnancy Center at Journey House to contact you. And so there's always a lot of opportunity to become involved in a number of different ways. So whenever you're getting started in this, do you have an anticipated date that you're working towards to open?
We hope to open by fall of next year.
Okay.
And so the process of remodeling will take, of course, a number of months, and then raising the money and getting our staff on board. But we hope that we can be open by then.
Okay, that's very good. So how long have you had this, how long have you had the property? And so when did you originally start with this process?
We became aware of the property towards the end of last year and purchased it in January of this year. So not too long.
So this has actually been a journey. You've already been on a journey with this, right?
Yeah, we have, yes. And initially, to be honest, we felt like it was something that we could use to serve the community, but we weren't clear what would be the best way. And as we looked to see what's being offered in terms of social services here in the community, we found there are a lot of excellent programs.
There are.
But this was one we felt like that maybe there's a little bit of a gap there that we could help to fill. We are aware that Hope Outreach has an excellent parenting program, and we will dovetail with that, and hopefully we'll be able to refer young women to that program and the men who are involved to learn how to be parents to the child they're raising.
That's one of the really great things I love about Enid is the collaborations that work between our agencies, and it's something with the Nonprofit Directors Coalition we have is we really like to avoid duplicating services for the donors' benefit, certainly because we want to see those dollars used as judiciously as possible, and so I appreciate that about you. And Matt Lohman, of course, the executive director there at Hope Outreach, and then we have great services offered also through CDSA and the diaper bank, and so everyone can make certain that the clients that we serve, they're going through the various other entities in town and being served on a holistic approach. So you can offer certain services, and then Matt's agency can offer them parenting and different supplies, and CDSA can do hearing tests on children and vision tests, and it really is great that we have all these wonderful organizations in town that can really together, when we work together, then we really see families thrive and being taken care of. So
I've been so impressed with the quality of folks that are working in those kind of services here in the Enid area, and I hope that our center will be kind of a place where people can come and find out what is offered, because a lot of times they're excellent programs, but they just don't know about them. So we want to become well-versed in what's available and hopefully be able to refer.
That's a very good idea too, because we all kind of think that, well, everybody knows about my program or everybody knows about this, and that's just not the fact. Is many times as we tell people about our programs and we try to get the word out, there's still a really big gap with people having knowledge about what is available to them and where they can get services. So the more places where they can pick up this information, the better they are, and the better we serve those who are most in need. So I appreciate the fact that you'll also be a resource center for families and young people or people of any age who need those services. So I think it's going to be a great addition to our community and a wonderful resource. So thank you so much for all the effort that you and your committee is putting forward to really help bringing this a reality, because it is very much a much needed resource in our community.
Well, thanks. You've been a great encouragement to us.
The location too is going to be very well received, I believe. So for more information on the new pregnancy center or Journey House, which is located on East Main, very close to the NOC and NWOSU campuses, you can contact Dr. Matt Spann, and I know his information is going to be on the screen for you. And Dr. Matt, anything else? Any further word on the next community meeting?
We'd love to have you there, and even if you're not interested necessarily in working in a center like this, just come and learn about what's going on and help us spread the word to others who might be. Thank you for the opportunity to share and let people know what's going on.
No, it's been my pleasure. That's what we want to do, is make the community aware of resources that are available to them and how our community is working diligently to serve all the needs of those in our community who need it most. So again, my name is Pamela Ballard, and for more information, you can also contact me at United Way office, 580-237-0821. My email address is pballard@unitedwayenid.org. Thank you again for joining us on Community Talk.